Today is the big day. I have a blind date tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super nervous. What I'm doing for this blind date to impress is a lobster and bay scallop risotto. In all my experience, a surefire way to a woman's heart is through food. She's gonna be here in less than an hour, and this is the way I'm gonna impress her. So the first part of this recipe is to roast off your lobster bones to intensify the flavor of the stock. Guys, every good risotto starts with a good stock, and it's always best, it's always impressive to make your own stock from scratch. So what we're gonna do today is use our lobster bones, and we're gonna place them onto a tray. Any of this remainder juice that's left, I'm gonna pour into my stock pot here. And I'm gonna pop these into the oven for about 10-12 minutes at 400 Fahrenheit. My lobster shells have been roasting for 10 minutes. It's time to get them into our stock pot. They're taking on a nice color. So I'm just gonna pop them in there. Use a pair of tongs at home. Okay, get all that juice that comes out. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 liters of water to this stock. An optional step, I have some lemon scraps here, and I have some red onion scraps. You don't have to do this at home, but this will impart a little bit more flavor into your stock. Now that I have my risotto pot on a medium heat, I'm gonna add a little bit of grapeseed oil. You don't wanna burn your onions, so I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. So we're looking at a low, medium heat, and we're gonna sweat off the onions a little bit. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt to our pot as well. That's also gonna help extract the moisture from our onions. It'll also give us a foundation, a base for seasoning. We're gonna come through with some fresh cracked black pepper as well. So the onions have been sweating off for a few minutes. They have a little bit of color, which is great. If you add the garlic in at the same time as your red onions, chances are they will burn. So try to space them out a little bit. You're gonna cook the garlic out for approximately a minute, minute and a half. Lightly toasting your rice is a critical step in making an impressive risotto. So our rice is nicely toasted. It's time to deglaze with our glass of white wine. Deglazing is gonna help bring up all that sediment that's stuck to the bottom of the pot, which is all big flavor. So I've deglazed with the white wine. It's given off a beautiful fragrant smell. It's now time to strain my lobster stock. My stock is strained and it's ready to go. See how the white wine has reduced? We are now ready to start ladling in our beautiful lobster stock. Risotto is one of those dishes that takes a lot of love from you, and that's why it's perfect for a blind date. You do not want your rice to burn, and you need to constantly stir it. The more you stir it, the creamier it'll be in the end. I'm only gonna add in a little bit of stock at a time because I don't wanna over flood the pot. I wanna slowly coerce the starch out of those grains and make it nice and creamy. So once you reach this consistency and the majority of your stock has cooked out, you're gonna start ladling in some more stock. It's very important that your risotto is not overcooked. It'll take approximately anywhere from 16 to 18 minutes to cook for this 1 cup that we're doing. You're gonna use approximately 1 liter of stock. My risotto is almost complete. It still has a nice chew in the middle. I do not want it to be overcooked. I have all my finishing ingredients here. I have my lobster meat, my scallops, butter, cheese, lemon, some of the white truffles, and some extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna place this by my pot and get changed up. Okay guys, my blind date is arriving any minute now. It's the perfect time to finish off my risotto. It's just about there. If I squeeze down on a grain of rice, I can almost crush the entire grain, but I still have some white in the middle, a slight bit of rawness, and that's indicating to me that I have 1 more ladle to go. And this is the time where you have to move very quickly. You can see here the risotto, the texture of it is a little watery, and that's what I want because I'm adding in all these ingredients, especially the cheese. First in, we're gonna go with our lobster meat, and we'll add in our bay scallops as well. This is a bay scallop and lobster risotto, so you want a lot of that meat in there. Already this is looking gorgeous, and I can smell the seafood. Next, I'm going to add in some butter, a bit over a tablespoon, and then I'm gonna add in a good amount of cheese. The cheese is gonna make it super creamy, and it's also gonna add a nice salty flavor. Add in our white truffles as well. They've just been chopped up. Tablespoon or so of extra virgin olive oil, and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Don't need too much, just to cut through all that richness. I'm gonna give it a little taste. Perfect. It tastes like the ocean. This is perfect. The salt is there. Everything is just right. This is guaranteed to impress my blind date. And speaking of my blind date, I hope she shows up soon because this won't be here forever. This risotto is just ready to go. Hey.
Hello, Kevin.
Marcella?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Did Pavel tell you that we were shooting, or did you know that I was doing a cooking show?
Something like that.
Okay, are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'll take your coat. And we'll
Thank
get
you.
into this, of course, and we'll get into
Okay.
this amazing dish.
So I'm like
The-
your sous chef?
Yeah, the whole point of today is for me to impress you with this dish.
Okay.
So I picked the most exciting recipes I had. It's a Bay Scallop and Lobster Risotto. It's very exciting and I hope you're impressed.
Let's see. I didn't try it yet.
Let's see. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna lay down the risotto. I'll get you to grate the cheese maybe.
Sure. Do you grate it like after?
Yeah, you wanna grate on top. There's actually a lot of cheese in it already.
Wow, it looks really good.
Yeah, it's super yummy. As you can see, there's big chunks of lobster. There's actually another ingredient I didn't tell you about. Do you like truffles?
Oh, I love truffles.
So there's white truffle in there as well. Are you impressed
Wow.
yet?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. So we're on the right track. And here is the next plate. I'm gonna lay down and smooth it out into a circle just to fit the contour of the plate. I think it looks aesthetically pleasing,
Okay.
just like this. And now I'm gonna need your help.
Okay.
Can you grate some cheese for me?
Sure.
Have you done this before? This is
No.
called a microplane. It's a very high-tech tool that we have in the kitchen.
Okay.
And this will be used with the Parmesan.
Okay, so I just like grate it like really
I kind
hard.
of want to see what you're gonna do.
Like this?
You like cheese?
I like
You've done
cheese.
this before.
You know?
Don't lie to me. And you can add as much cheese as you want. That looks great.
Okay.
And then the other one as well.
Sure.
The last thing we're gonna do is I save the claws. And I
Okay.
just warm them up in a little bit of butter.
Oh, okay.
And now we have a
Nice.
little bit of lobster butter in there too. So, I'm gonna put a claw down here. Another claw down here, just like that, with a
Okay.
little bit of the butter.
Sure.
And the next thing we're gonna do is, can you squeeze some lemon juice on here?
Yes.
And we're gonna top it off with chives. And I would like putting a lot of chives.
Yeah?
I want it to be very green, yeah.
Okay.
And look super pretty and colorful. Kind of like you.
Oh.
Yeah?
Getting points.
Getting points, awesome. I will grab your chair.
Wow, thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay.
This is a lot of fun. I've never done a blind date before, actually. And I have a Sauvignon Blanc, California. I think that'll pair beautifully with our lobster and our scallop.
Okay.
And I have more bottles in case you like to drink.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah, you Uber, it's all good. I'm gonna grab our dishes.
Okay.
It smells unreal. I hope you would like
Looks
it.
so good.
Okay, this is the lobster and
And
the
for sure
Bay
you
Scallop.
made this, right?
I promise I made this. Yes, you can actually rewind the video when
Yeah.
it goes online and you can see for yourself.
Okay.
So, it's a pleasure to meet you. Bon appetit. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Are you impressed?
I'm impressed.
Okay, awesome. So let's dig in.
We gotta try it first, yeah.
Okay, we gotta try it first.
Okay.
Should we drink?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming and not standing me up.
Of course. Nice meeting you.
Pleasure. I hope this impresses you, and if it does, we can do this again.
Right?
Right?
Okay.
Okay, good. So dig in.
Thank you.
It's lots of scallops, lots of lobster.
It's really good.
I think I impressed myself a little bit. This has been a lot of fun, so we'll get to do this again.
Yeah, what are we cooking next?
I think it's time to let these guys go. Guys, cut it. That's a wrap.
You sure? We can stick around.
Please get